day, another project finished. That's the goal for the day over here at Auto Auction Rebuilds. I'd like to welcome you to the video where we are going to make every attempt to get the front end of the Nissan 350Z put back together and take it out for a ride. Make sure nothing falls off while we're driving. This should be a fun day, so let's get out there. Let's get her done. So yesterday, this is pretty much where we left you off. We've got everything taken off on the car, and all the old broken parts are just tossed to the side over here. We will probably salvage this grill. That's worth some money. That is worth some money. That Z is worth a few dollars. So yeah, I think first we need to get this fender on. So let's grab it and slap it on the car. We got to get it under this bracket right here, just like that. Right, you're pushing in, it needs to come out right there, right there. Perfect. See how the bolt holes all line up? Well, not 100%. We'll work on that, but all right. Part one, got the fender back on. Oh, she's looking sharp, looking sharp. It took a little while to make sure we got all the lines matched up as close as possible. It's definitely difficult with a black fender and a blue paint. Makes it a lot harder to really see the gaps, but you can see the seam right here lines up, or this body line, I mean, not seam. Looks like the gaps are pretty good. It looks like it comes out just a little bit right here, but overall, very nice. Very happy with it. Good deal. Well, it's going back together. We found out that this bar right here, this piece of metal that's bolted on down here, was actually bent from the accident down, and the headlight would not even bolt up at all. You can see we got a huge gap right here. I got to take care of that in a minute. But as it turns out, we just took the jack and we took a giant piece of our jack stand here, and I stuck it up under here, and I got it right here on this lip, and then I just jacked it up until this came back up again. So now it seems pretty even. It's just a matter of getting these gaps lined up, tightening everything down. We're getting there. We're making good progress. All right, it's time for the big reveal. Now I know already we did not do a very good job recording the video of getting this thing back together. Unfortunately, we just ran out of daylight, and I was so excited about this build. Like we're actually doing something. You know, this is a big deal to me, and I know this is not going to be perfect. I'll be the first to admit openly I'm not a body guy. This is going to be a learning process. So, you know, you got to start somewhere. This is where I'm starting on this Z car. Tim was unbelievably helpful with this. It made things a lot easier having two people working on this thing at the same time. We're not done. That's the sad part. So we'll go over the car. Here it is put together. I promise as we get, you know, further into doing these kinds of builds, I'll get better at doing the video, recording, editing. But it's really difficult when you're working on the car and recording and editing. Like it's a really big job. So we'll start with the obvious, which is this massive gap right here, and the fact that this does not line up very well. We've got a huge gap. It may not look big on video, but that's a massive gap coming down to the bumper. The bumper's not on very well. Turns out there's a bracket missing on this side, and I've just got it temporarily held on with a clip. There's an entire bracket missing under here. We don't have the inner fender liners yet. We don't have the belly pan in yet. That's all still coming. But once we get this side put together, you can see the bumper lines up perfect. I mean, it really does. Lines up perfect with the fender. Gap on the headlight looks great. The gap on the door, I believe, looks good. You can tell me what you think, but I think that gap looks excellent. We got the mirror on, looks good. The windshield looks good. The hood, it's that gap again, man. But if you come down here, the gaps look pretty tight, but up here, wide gap. So what I think happened, if you look on this side, we've got almost no gap at all. You know, up here, we've got a wide gap, and down here, the gap gets real tight. I think the reason is because the latch is pulling the hood where it's supposed to be, which is why everything starts lining up here. But as you get up here, it goes to hell. This is way overlapping this. Gaps are just bad. The hood hinges are absolutely, definitely bent. So I ordered a new set of hinges, and to put the hinges on, you've got to pull the fenders. To take the fenders off, you got to take off the headlights, the bumpers. So we're going to do this whole job again. I'm not going to record the whole job because you just saw us do it. But we are going to replace the hinges, and I knew the hinges were probably bent. So you're probably wondering, why did I record this video if we're going to have to tear it apart again? Guys, this is a big deal to me. I'm trying to do bigger and better things on the channel to basically keep you folks entertained and learn as I go. So I was excited to do this. Literally, we took this car from wrecked, crashed, to this, and we did this in about 4 hours. So yeah, kind of a rush job. This side looks good. I noticed this side does not. The gaps are wrong here. The gaps are wrong here. You've got the headlight sticking out further than the fender here. What the hell? What we found, and I don't think I can show you, but underneath here, I don't know what they're called. I've seen Fix Bros do it, where you take a stick and you weld it, and then you use like a slide hammer to pull out the dent. This side of the car was wrecked. This side was wrecked too. Didn't even realize it. Look at the paint right here. At one point, this side of the car was in a fender bender. Instead of replacing this easy fender, this is an easy fender to pull and replace, they opted to do the stick weld, pull the thing, and Bondo and paint. They did, honestly, a horrible job on this. So this fender needs to be replaced too. We got a bracket missing. There's a bracket under here that's missing on the other side that we got to put together. So we've got a lot more work to do, but I just wanted to show you the temporarily finished product, and it runs, it drives great, it's a load of fun, and I hope you guys have enjoyed what we've done so far. I look forward to, I think in the future, we're gonna go get an air compressor. It's gonna cost a fortune to paint this. I don't know how to paint. Why don't I learn on the channel with you guys? I'll go buy a new compressor. I'll go buy some painting supplies, some materials. We'll sand this down. It's probably gonna look like crap, but I don't think it's gonna look any worse than it looks with black, blue, white. You know, comment below. What do you think? You think we should try our hand at painting? If you think so, give the video a like. Comment below. Tell me what you think. All right, so we said we were gonna take this car for a test drive after putting it back together to make sure none of the parts are going to fall off of it. Obviously, the parts aren't gonna fall off. We made sure everything is bolted on, clipped together really well. There's a couple brackets missing, a couple plastics that we need that really tie everything together. A lot of people forget about the plastics, like the belly pan, the inner fenders, because they don't think they're important, but in reality, they're very important. Without those pieces, the bumper literally just flops around, it flaps around, it's horrible. That's not the right way to do things. The plastics are literally a few dollars, you know, $50 for the inner fenders and like $80 for the belly pan, and it really ties everything together, makes it a lot more solid, a lot more sturdy. So because I promised you a drive, we're gonna go on a quick drive just to prove that the car is put together and it is on the road and it's good to go. All right, just to prove how confident I am that the car is not gonna fall apart. There's, well, we're going 60. Let's just, we'll go with that. We're going 60 miles an hour. We're on the highway. Car is smooth. Oh man, it rides good. For a sports car, this car is more comfortable than the Corvette. Okay, it's not as fun as the Corvette, but it's definitely quick enough to make you smile. It handles great. Oh, it's snowing. We're gonna get off the highway only because the weather is getting kind of bad, and quite honestly, we're not even going this direction. We need to be going the other way. I just wanted to get on the highway, do a quick video to show you the car is not going to blow apart. Nothing's going to fall off. I may not be the best at this, and I'm still learning, but I'm not going to sell a car or put a car out on the road that I would not take out on the highway myself. So if you see me in it, then it's good to go for the next person. All right, so that's going to be it for the video, guys. I wish I'd recorded a little more of the actual rebuild process, and I'm sorry about that. Like I said, it's hard to put a car together, tear it apart, and record at the same time. Maybe I need to get like a head-mounted strap or a chest-mounted strap or something so you can see a little bit better what we're doing. I'm going to work on all that. This takes practice. I'm brand new at all of this, so please bear with me as we get better. So like I said, do me a favor, comment below. Do you think it would be in my best interest, instead of sending this to a shop for paint like Maaco, we could get the good paint, even though it's going to be a crappy paint job, and we could do our best to sand it down, get an air compressor, paint it ourselves. I'm probably going to be getting a truck in the near future. Do you want to see us try to paint and sand these cars? I'm telling you, it's going to be rough, man. It's not going to be pretty. Y'all are going to laugh, but it is what it is. Comment below. Tell me what you think if you want to see us get into painting. And, you know, if you do, like it if you want to see us paint, dislike it if you don't. And we'll just, if the likes outweigh the dislikes, I guess we'll head over to Harbor Freight. That's going to be it for the video. Thank you again for coming along with us. We got a lot more work to do. Stay tuned, everybody. Thank you again. Subscribe to the channel if you're not currently a subscriber. We will catch you very, very soon, as in tomorrow, in the next one.